Hi there and welcome. I'm Robin and excited to offer you an opportunity for about a half hour flow today. Let's start standing. We'll be starting with a little bit of self massage. So take the opportunity first to find your feet and take a look down at them. I'm already rubbing my fronts of my hip creases. You can do that, but starting by wiggling your toes and scooching your heels back a little bit to find inner and outer edges of feet. And I'm going to encourage you to rock side to side here and forward and back. Find a little circle around each foot with your whole body above you, circling. Feeling the weight shift around the feet. Just connecting with your breath. Each toe, the ball of each foot, and how the ball is connected to each toe. Feeling the inner corner of each foot and the outer corner. Circling in the other direction. Finding center and just letting your arms pause down by your sides first before we get to a little self-massage. Rooting through those legs and feet, rising on up through the central channel of your body. Letting the central channel of your arms root down toward the earth. And just take a big deep breath into your belly. And a sigh out. And then draw the hands to that belly and start in a nice circular rub. Palms wide open, fingers soft. And your rub might be slow or fast. Moving in a clockwise position. It's the way digestion moves. So this is really nice promotion of digestion. Allow your shoulders to come into the picture a little bit and form a little circular 8, little figure 8 movement with the elbows and the shoulders. And then go ahead and switch that circle. And as your shoulders and hands and elbows are moving on your belly, you might notice your head releasing and moving in different directions. That's great. And pause and bring your hands by your sides for a moment and wring them out. Loosen up the wrists and the fingers, shoulders, shake. Bring hands to low back and rub up and down that low back. And as you're doing so, the knees are also bending and straightening. And allow there to be nice full breaths as you're working with this rub. Let the hands now come down the legs. Again, the knees are bending and straightening. And your fingers are doing some of this work. There's a nice grip. Inner thighs, tops of thighs, outer thighs. All the way down, if you can, to your shins. And hands touch feet. And just pause with hands touching feet. And then rise about halfway up, hands on upper shins. Find a long, flat spine. Spread those toes, lift them up. Reach the heart center and crown of head forward. Draw the back tips of the shoulder blades down and pull back through the tailbone, your tail feathers widening. Rolling the inner knees a little bit inward. Inner thighs roll back. Inner arms roll forward. Again, crown of head and chest reaches long. Big breath into this length. And then just let it gently fold and bow. Let your head dangle. Let your knees bend as much as you like. And if it feels good for you, take opposite hand to opposite elbow. You might choose a different hand position that feels really good for you. Let your breath slow and deepen. And let your head gently release and maybe just a little shaking out. 2 more full, deeper breaths. Last breath in and a nice sigh out. And if you're not at the front of your mat, walk your way around and just plant your palms and step straight back to a plank pose. So the feet are towards the back of the mat on the balls of your feet, and your heels are drawing back strong. And again, the crown of head and chest lengthen forward, just like we did in that flat back position. Thighs are lifting, inner thighs rising to sky, chest beaming. Feel the strength of this pose. And at this moment, just take a moment to form an intention for this half hour, for this practice. What would you like? What is your body asking of you? And what are you asking of your body? Take a breath into that and release back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ha, side out. Let's come forward, inhale, plank. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. We'll take a few of these. Inhale, come on forward, high plank. Strength, length. Exhale, strong release. One more, inhale forward. And exhale, press back. Walk your feet together. And go ahead and lift your heels on up to the sky and come on the balls of the feet and tone the backs of the feet, the bottoms of the feet. As your palms press forward, toning your palms a little bit by gripping into the fingertips. Pull your sitting bones higher. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. Take a breath here. And gently return the heels to or toward the floor, lifting the 10 toes. Grounding as much as you can through the calves, backs of heels, lifting those toes. Let's launch the right leg on up to the sky and circle that right ankle out in both directions. Lift the leg higher, bend the knee and roll your hip open, and press your right foot towards your left shoulder and open the inner seams of your legs. Big breath into your belly. Come back to a flat, square hip and lengthen the right leg out to the right. So straighten your right leg as much as you can, reaching that right leg out to the right. Straight leg, square hips as best you can. Take a breath. Reach the leg in a wide circle up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze in knee to nose and step your right foot forward. Go ahead, sink down onto that left knee and bring hands to front thigh and dip your hips on down. Reach your left arm to the sky and take a nice side bend. Maybe the right hand comes down to the floor. You could also use a block here if you have it. Under that right hand, opening through the left side body, spinning your heart up toward the left, toward the sky. Take a breath. And then let's return the hand down and fly into a standing split, launching your left leg to the sky, bowing your head on deep. If you like, come up on the tippy toes of that right foot. Working the feet a little bit today. For 3, 2, one more breath. Lift that left leg as high as you can and return back down. Step back, plank pose, pause. Coming back to that intention you may have formed at the beginning of the practice. Take a breath in. Exhale, press back, downward dog. We'll take a few of those. Inhale forward. Exhale back. 2 more. Inhale forward. Plank pose. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Last one. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, press on back. Walk your feet together. Lift your heels. Draw your sitting bones back and up. Open the backs of the legs and now press the heels down and lift the 10 toes, really energizing through the feet and the palms. And then launch your left leg on up to the sky, circling out, left ankle both directions. Lift that left leg higher, higher, higher. Bend the knee, roll your hip open, pressing your left foot towards your right shoulder, opening up. Breathing big. Come on back to a square hip and lengthen the left leg out to the side as best you can. See what's here for you. Feel your strength, feel the opening. And then circular lift back up to the sky with that leg. Exhale, round in knee to nose. Step your left foot forward, sink down onto your right knee. Hands come on up to that front thigh, dip your hips down deep. Reach your right arm high and take a side bend, right arm reaching toward the left. Sinking your hips on down. Turning your heart up toward the right, toward the sky. Opening up a little bit. One more breath. Hands plant on down. Let's fly into our standing split. Right leg flows to the sky. Head drops heavy. Maybe you come up on the tippy toes of that left foot. Maybe the right leg can lift a little higher. Last 3. Head bowing, leg lifting. 2. One more breath. Right foot steps to meet left. Hands to thighs as you dip your hips deep. Preparing for a chair pose, but using the hands just to support you. Draw your belly in. Before we come into a full chair, reach your arms back in airplane and then clasp your hands behind you. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Hips are sinking. Legs are strong. Thighs might be burning a little bit. Heels are heavy. Toes are light. Reach the arms high in the full Utkatasana. Hands opposite hand come to opposite elbow. Sink a little deeper. Side to side. Bend, reaching one elbow to one side and then the other. Sink a little deeper. Sink a little deeper and reach the arms high. Look up, breath in. Exhale, fold, bow low. Let it go. Inhale, long, lengthen, flat spine. Exhale, step or jump it, high plank. Chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, your version of a back bend. This is our first real deeper back bend. So sink your thighs down to the floor. Let's meet here and lift your chest. Extend through the legs and lift your heart. Breathe into the front of your chest and your belly and maybe your throat, maybe your eyes look up. Take a breath. Exhale, press back, child pose. Claw fingering your fingertips, releasing those inner wrists. Bowing the head down, 2 breaths. And then press your way back, downward facing dog. Reach your right leg high to the sky, breath in. Exhale, round and squeeze in, knee to nose. Step your right foot forward, spin your left foot flat, warrior 1, rise on up. Inhale. And dip your hips, drop your shoulders, reach your fingertips high. Right hand takes left wrist and we'll take that side bend again. Left fingers reaching toward the right. Special attention to that back leg, that left leg. Sinking down through your hips. Turning the heart to the sky. Return back to neutral, warrior 1. Exhale, hands to the heart and open wide, warrior 2. Take the moment to notice your right heel bisecting your back arch or in line with your back heel. Dipping your hips nice and deep, maybe the hands supporting this. Reaching the arms out wide, turn the palms open, lift the pinkies, drop the thumbs, lift the chest. And let's just take it the other way, turning the wrists up, rolling the shoulders forward, rounding. One more time, rolling open. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle lunge. Elbow to thigh, shin, block, floor, whatever works for you. And then go ahead and reach your left arm to the sky to begin. Really lightening yourself up with this reach of the arm, spinning through your belly, spinning through your ribs, your low ribs, your middle ribs, your high ribs, your eyes gaze high. Left arm extends toward the front of the room in front of you. Back leg reaches to the back of the room behind you. Long lengthen for the left side. Let's return to warrior 2 and straighten the right leg and reverse your warrior from there. And let's flow through vinyasa, meeting in high plank. Swimming to chaturanga, low push up. Inhale your version of a back bend. Let's linger again. Thighs might drop, thighs might lift. Heart is rising. Eyes might look up, breath in. Exhale, press back, child pose. Claw finger, lifting the backs of the wrists. Breath in and breath out. Lengthening out through your spine and arms. Returning on your next exhale back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a little sigh out and shake your head. Nod it out. Launch your left leg high to the sky. Bend the knee and roll your hip open. And exhale, round in, squeeze in, knee to nose. Let's step forward for warrior one. Left foot steps, right foot spins flat. Find your footing. Rise, rise, rise. Take your time. Dip your hips. Reach the arms on up. Left hand takes right wrist and take a little side bend here. Right fingertips reaching to the left. Extra connection to the back leg, the back heel, the whole right side body. The heart lifts a little bit. And then come on back to neutral. Breath in. Warrior one. Exhale, hands to the heart. And open wide. Warrior two. Check in with your alignment. Left knee opening toward pinky toe. Left heel aligning with back arch or back heel. Turn your palms open, lift your pinkies, lift your heart. And then round it. Roll your shoulders forward, turn your wrists the other way. One more round, inhale, just opening. Reversing your warrior, breath in. Side angle lunge, breath out, your version, elbow to thigh, shin, block, or floor. Right arm rises skyward. Feel your buoyancy as well as your groundedness. Feel the inner flame of your body spinning toward the sky. And then reach your right arm over your ear, lengthening in two directions. Actually, you're lengthening in all the directions. Can you find your 360 experience here? Feeling your whole body fill up with this spread. Let's return to warrior two. Straightening your left leg, reversing the warriors. Feel that openness through the body. Walking your left fingertips along the ceiling. And then we'll flow through to vinyasa, high plank. Chaturanga, low push-up. Let's pause in that back bend. Upward dog. This time, bring your thighs to the floor and lift your feet off the floor, bending at your knees. See how this feels. Strong for the arms, opening for the fronts of hips and thighs. See what you can do. Let's lower the chest down, keep the knees bent. Bring the forehead to the floor and reach your hands back to touch those ankles. Keep your forehead on the floor. Walk your feet in. If you can, hip width or closer. And just pause here. This might be heaven. This might not be heaven. Just check in. How could this feel even better? Can you draw your shoulders away from your ears? Can you lengthen out the hip creases, the fronts of your hips, the fronts of your thighs? Can you elongate through your torso, your belly? See what's possible for you here. Take 2 more breaths. Release the legs. Rise your way up, plank pose, inhale. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg to the sky. Bend the knee and roll your hip open. Let's step forward, warrior one. Rise on up. And let's open wide to warrior two. And reversing the warrior, this time straightening the right leg. Turn your toes in and your heels out. You're still in this side bend. Wrap your left arm around your back toward the front of your right thigh. Keeping that side bend going. Reach to the left. And start making a big wide circle. Reaching forward. Reaching the right hand down to the floor in front of you. Pausing here. Left hand is still back. in a bit of a reverse half bind. Hips pull back, palm walks forward, bow. Bow the head. Left hand comes to the pelvis, to the sacrum, and just check in with your hips. Are they balanced? And then go ahead and walk your right hand, slide it under your nose, find a flat back. Pause here, and then launch your left arm to the sky, spinning again, twisting, turning your belly, your chest, your ribs, your heart, your gaze toward the left. Open through the right palm. Feel your wingspan. Take another breath. And just lean back a little bit, open, enjoy. Let's come on back to center. Pause there. Draw your belly in. Find your stability. Take a breath into that stability. Hands come to hips. Press through your feet. Rise on up. Let's turn the left toes out and just come into warrior two, second side. Reaching the arms wide. Turn your palms open and reverse your warrior, straightening out your left leg. Just enjoy that wonderful spread and stretch. And if you can, wrap your right arm around the back for that little half bind action. And then reach your left hand forward, forward, forward. Walking that left hand forward. Turning your left toes in, lengthening your hips back, bowing your head. Big, long stretch for the hips and the spine and the left arm. Still the right arm wrapped around the back if you can. Walk your left hand, sliding it under your nose and spinning, turning. Left hip rises as chest and belly and eyes move to the right. Right arm rising on up. Feel your wingspan, feel your lightness. Feel yourself spinning into this pose. And bring your hands, both hands back to the floor, right under your shoulders, pausing there. Big breaths in and out, squeezing the belly in. Walking your feet in. Making your way to a squat, heels in, toes out. Inner arms to inner legs, hands to heart. Hips drop, lower back releases. Breaths are big and full. Spine is long. Attitude is peaceful and compassionate. Two more breaths. Hands help you down to the floor. Let's continue the opening of the inner thighs for Baddha Konasana, soles of feet together, and hands wrap around those thumbs, and just give your thumbs, your big toes rather, the thumbs of your feet. Give the thumbs of your feet a little rub as the inner lines of your legs are opening. And then go ahead and rest your elbows to your inner thighs once again. And lengthen your chest forward, and your tail feathers draw back and spread wide. So you might move a millimeter. You might not move at all. Close your eyes and just tap into compassion for yourself. Tap into the benefit of this moment. What is it for you? You might go very far into a physical experience, or you may go far into really tapping into gratitude and compassion for yourself and others, or both, ideally. Last couple breaths. Just bow your head down toward your heart for the last breath. And roll your way up, rise, rise, rise. We're going to take one more inner thigh opening, lengthening the legs out into a wide angle. And draw your hands back to your butt. And just, again, walk your tail feathers, your buttock flesh back. And just give a little wiggle into those sitting bones so that you feel a connection to the earth. Notice, are you more to the front of your sitting bones? Are you way back on the back of your sitting bones? We want to be center on the sitting bones, more toward the front. And draw your hands to your sides and just find that center for yourself. If it doesn't work out for you, well, then lift your hips with a little prop, a little support. Hands to thighs, legs are alive, kneecaps lifting to sky, heels shooting out, toes alive. Just take a moment to feel the inner lines of the legs, lift the heart. You might even take the hands and rub those inner thighs a little bit, toning these energy lines, which are the liver and kidney lines, which are really alive during springtime. So give them some tone, give them some love, take a moment. And then to your degree, fold forward. Now you again might move little or none. You might be able to flop your whole chest on the floor. So just taking your time to walk into this to your degree. Be kind. Tap into compassion for yourself and others. Into your breath. Into a sense of release and relief. Let your head bow for the last 2 breaths. And we will rise, rise, rise. And go ahead and use your hands to come to your inner knees and lift those knees to the sky with the help of your hands. And lie down on your back, rounding your back to come on down. And keep those knees hugged into your chest and arms hug around those shins if it's possible. Hands could also be supporting those legs. Just rock it out. Let your head roll side to side. We'll keep the left knee in and extend the right leg out long. And just pause there for a moment. Tucking your chin a little bit, dropping your shoulder blades into the earth. Releasing. And twisting. Left knee crosses over the body. Left arm extends in opposition. And that palm is face up. Pinky rising, thumb dropping. The twist is gentle. And you stay present with the experience. Breathing into it. Releasing out of it. One more breath. Big exhale. Find the fullness of the moment. And then release on out of it. Feet come to floor and just windshield wiper side to side. Let your head also roll gently side to side. And we'll take this to the second side. So left leg extends long on the mat. Right knee hugs into the chest. Squeeze it in and just pause. Breathe into the moment. We don't have to rush. We can be in the experience. And then right knee comes across the body. Right arm extends in opposition. And find your way gently, slowly, with calm and an attitude of gentleness into the twist. You can be gentle and you can be really tough all at the same time. On yourself, on others. So just notice your attitude as you move through the rest of your day. How can this practice affect you? What can it give you? Take a moment to gaze into the right palm to just acknowledge what this practice is dropping into your palm today. And then come on back to center and windshield wiper the legs side to side. We'll hug the knees in. And just for one last little moment, we'll take a bridge pose to just complete the sequence. So pressing through the feet and gently lifting through the hips. It might be a little, it might be a lot. Lifting the hips, opening the fronts of the thighs, opening the belly, opening the chest, just for 2 breaths. Squeeze the butt on that final moment. Feel the fullness of the pose. And gently, gently let it release you down to the earth. Finding your way to Shavasana, lengthening out your legs. You might draw a blanket up over you. If you need and prefer, you could either bring your feet together, knees wide, or you can bring your feet to the floor wide and knock your knees in. But find your Shavasana, find your final resting position for this short, lovely practice. Let the benefits seep in. Stay as long as you like here in Shavasana. If you can stay longer than this video runs, please do. Sinking back into the earth. Scanning gently through your body, releasing any tension back into the earth. Eyes roll back into the head and brain releases. Jaw slackens. Taking a bigger breath in. And a little sigh out. Let's roll gently to the side, feet to the floor, knees roll to one side, head rolls the same way, and just pause there on your side. And giving yourself a loving hug. Rising back up to seated. Connecting to your seat, connecting to your spaciousness, connecting to the space you take up in the world right now. And see if you can expand your energy to reach out to others energetically. And if you're feeling like you need to draw in more, draw that energy inward rather than outward, toning the inside, your inner world, drawing your hands to your heart, honoring yourself today, honoring all your relations. I bow to you. Namaste.